something I hate. Ooh. So I think this is really important. I think this is really where we can get serious, okay? Hi guys, it's Lucy with another video, and today we're just gonna sit down and do a part 2 of me 100% honestly answering the rest of my questions that I have in my little handy dandy notebook. But first, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, or at least comment. That would be greatly appreciated. So let's just jump right into it. Today I will be finishing my questions that I wrote out, I think a week ago or so. And if you notice something under my shirt, this is a heating pad. I'm not feeling too well today. It's helping soothe my aches and pains. First things first, I do wear glasses. Usually I wear my contacts for these videos, but I already did another video today and my right eye is kind of wonking out on me. My old eyes need a break from my contacts. Sorry for the glare if you see it through my glasses. Okay, so the first question we'll start today with is, do you have any pets? And if so, what kinds? This is so interesting because yes, we do have pets. I live on a little farm. I live like on a hobby farm. It's not a farm that was full-time, like that's our income. That's not it. Pets, in terms of pets, we have a lot of cats, but they're all outside cats. They're like barn cats, outside wilderness cats. My mom and I are terribly allergic to cats. Absolutely horrendous. It's awful. We've had guinea pigs, cats. We still have 2 dogs at all times to guard our livestock. For livestock, we do have horses, and we just had to recently put one down. It was one of the saddest days on this farm. It was awful. And cows. We do have cows. I've grown to love them as well. For those of you who don't know about cows, we don't have the black and white ones. We have brown and white ones, and they're slightly smaller than the black and white ones, which are Holsteins. These are called Guernseys, and originally they are from the Isle of Guernsey. They're shorter, and they have a higher fat content in their milk. We've had pigs, we've had chickens, we've had sheep, we've had Angora goats, we have Border Leicester sheep. If you've ever seen the movie Babe, that's the kind of sheep we had. Moving on, my first kiss. Okay, my first kiss was in kindergarten, and it was during nap time. It wasn't intentional, and I'm totally serious about this. It's so funny. I think to this day my mom and dad don't believe me, but me and this boy were napping side by side during nap time, and we both rolled over at the same time and our mouths touched, and then we rolled quickly away from each other. I don't know if that's like a kiss or not, but I went home and I told my parents, and they're like, "Oh, you kissed a boy!" The actual intentional kiss, I was in a show in high school, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and I played Rosemary. One of the rehearsals was a kissing rehearsal, and one of the most embarrassing things, yet funny things now, was that like my dad was the director, and because he was my music teacher in high school, and I had to practice, and it was just a small rehearsal, right? It was just like with 4 or 5 people there, so it was our band teacher, my dad, and like 2 other people there. And me and this other girl had to practice kissing this guy. I'm not going to say his name, but he was a really nice guy. Before we did this song where the kiss was supposed to happen, my dad says up on stage, "Whatever you do to my daughter, I will do to you, blank." And I'm like, "Dad, stop it." As soon as it got to that point in the song, you could hear like a pin drop. It was so silent, and after the kiss it was so silent, no one moved. I don't know if they were waiting for my dad's reaction. I'm not sure. He was a really sweet guy, and my dad was chill with it. I was cool with it. It was a show kiss, That was my first intentional kiss, but it was also a stage kiss. So Again, I don't know if that counts or not. In your eyes, let me know if you think a stage kiss counts as a first kiss. Yeah, kindergarten and stage, take your pick. Shoe size, I am a 9 or 9.5, depending on the shoe. I have really bad feet. I have feet problems, so my sneakers are 9.5, and they have custom orthotics made, which are 9s, I believe. Moving on, height, I am 5'2.5". Battery percentage, I will insert it here because, again, I'm filming on my phone, so I don't really know right now. I'm sorry. Something I hate. Okay, so I think this is really important. I think this is really where we can get serious. Hate is such a strong word, but I can totally say this. I hate people who make you feel small for no reason, just that they can do it.
I don't hate the people, but I hate their actions. So just think about that as I'm talking about this issue moving forward.
Whether it's in family relationships, whether it's at work, whether it is with your friends. And in high school, I think we ended up really not talking, but we kind of drifted apart. But that did happen to me in high school, just with one person I'm thinking of right now. It was high school. With family, that happened to me all the time. I became very used to it. I became very numb to it. And I became compliant with being thought of as less than. And that really screwed with me emotionally, that screwed with me mentally, and that screwed with me psychologically, up through college, and even now it's finally starting to heal, which is why it's so hard when, I'm in different work environments and different jobs. It's like when I have older adults treating me like that because, either I'm new or maybe I did something wrong, or, they're just not used to me. I think that's so hard. And thank the Lord I have my parents, because number one, I don't want to engage in that. Number two, I am civil, I am polite, but I've learned not to give them any reason to legitimately make me feel less than. Different does not equal less than. And as a young person in my, early 20s, I'm not midpoint yet in my 20s, sometimes I've had to act older than adults, and I'm talking like over 30 years old, 35. I've had to act, and I've had to think, or let's say 29 and above, 28 and above. I have had to act older than that, which is kind of sad. Honestly, sometimes I've had to act older than like 40, 50, 60-year-olds. And as a young person, I'm like, okay, well, like obviously I vent to my parents. They're a safe space. If I've been made feel less than, or someone is very passive aggressive towards me and my family, at my job, whatever job I have, or during, in friendships, I will totally talk to my parents first about that. 100% going to my parents, being like, okay, well, how do you deal with this situation? And then they talk me down out of, whatever I'm feeling about myself at that point. Again, young people, this is specifically to you, okay? Just because you know less, right? Or you're newer at a job, or, your friends maybe don't take you as seriously, or some family members are just downright nasty, it doesn't mean that you're less than. It's hard, but sometimes you have to be the adult. You have to be the bigger person, and you have to step up to the plate. I would encourage you to find your safe space. I would encourage you to find your person or people to vent to or talk to. And then I would also find where you find your identity. Where I find my identity, it's not in me, thank the Lord. It's not through other people, thank the Lord. Who I am, right? I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Again, this is for younger people. Whenever someone older than you demeans you because of your age, or maybe you haven't been somewhere long enough, or it's just your friends being nasty. If it's a work situation, be civil, be polite, but don't give them ammunition to gossip about you, get you in trouble behind your back. Don't bring your personal life to work. If it's friends, cut them out. If it's family, maybe distance yourself, but know that they're hurting also. My middle name is Kay. K-A-Y. Kay. My full first name is Luciana, then Kay, hence my channel name. Okay, somewhere I'd like to visit. I'd love to visit Italy, which is so funny because it's during quarantine time. This was way before stupid COVID-19. This was way before quarantine. I want to travel the world. I've been to Canada and Brazil. That's where I've been to, several cities in Brazil. Rio, Curitiba, São Paulo. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. My parents actually have been to more cities than me. Fun fact. But they've also been back more times than me. I've only been back like four or five times because of the adoptions and stuff like that. So, but I've seen South American countries and culture. I was from that. So I really, really, really want to experience European culture and just the architecture and just Italy, Venice, Rome. I want to go to Greece, the UK, definitely. Oh, Ireland. I really want to go to Ireland. I don't know why. New Zealand is absolutely beautiful. That's where they shot Lord of the Rings, and the landscapes are amazing. If you don't believe me, just watch Lord of the Rings. I think it's awesome. They're beautiful. The mountains are beautiful. That's where I'd want to go. One food that I hate. Ugh. What's one food that I hate? I don't know. When I was younger, I didn't hate it. Well, I didn't like zucchini. Sorry, Mom. I didn't like zucchini at all, and she can totally testify to that because there was no taste. I didn't taste anything. And so if there was not enough seasoning on zucchini, not enough cheese or not enough something when I was younger, I was so upset. I just didn't like zucchini because it was a mushy texture and you couldn't taste it. You could taste everything else in your mouth, but not the zucchini. So I'm so sorry to all of the zucchini lovers. That's not the case anymore. I love zucchini. Peace. Okay, what color is my toothbrush? My toothbrush, I believe, is white and green. I know this because my mom accidentally left the toilet seat up, and the cupboard where we have my, toothbrush and toothpaste and all toiletries and pills are right above. Well, she opened the cupboard, the toilet was open, and boop, there goes my old toothbrush. And my old toothbrush was really nice. It was white, it was blue, and it had like a rubber thing within the bristles, so it really got, my gums and stuff. And now it's gone because I'm not going to use a toilet brush toothbrush or a toilet bowl toothbrush. Oh, bad habits. Woohoo! We could get really deep into this one. No, just kidding, guys. Just kidding. We're not going to do that. It is honest. So when I was little, when I was 7 or 8, I watched The Parent Trap, and not the one with Lindsay Lohan, the one with Haley. What's her name? I'm so sorry. And she bit her nails, right? And I started biting my nails. I literally started ripping my nails. I didn't even bite them. It wasn't even biting. I would take the end of one nail and just rip it. Like I was a nail ripper, and my nails would just I'd rip my nails down to there, and at first it was like they really hurt because they weren't used to that, and then my fingers got used to being ripped. I think I stopped that when I was 12 or 13. I finally stopped that. Do I like my name? Yes, I love my name. I think there was a time where I don't want to say I didn't. I wish my name hadn't been changed. Again, I'm adopted from Brazil. There are 9 of us total in my family. 8 of us are from Brazil. And fun fact, I was the only one that had a name change. Everyone else of my siblings did not have a name change at all. Ana Isabel something dos Santos, right? I look like a dos Santos, don't I? No. My parents didn't keep that. And now I'm not salty at all. I absolutely love my name. I'm named after my great cousin Lucy. And she was my granny's first cousin, I believe, on my dad's side. She was a really spunky lady. My parents just wanted not after a judge's name. And my judge didn't even see me. He just planted a name on me. Something dos Santos or whatever. Or da Silva. I forget. It's either dos Santos or da Silva. But anyway. But they kept the Ana from Ana Isabel. So it's Luciana. K after my grandma. My mom's mom. K. And then my last name, which is German. So it's great. It's absolutely great. You know, I'm pretty settled with my name now. That was a huge thing. I think it's a huge thing sometimes for like adopted kids to be like, okay, well, what about my actual name? Or what about my actual fill in the blank? And for me, my parents were always my parents, you know? So the fact that they named me is really, really important to me now. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Love you. My favorite season. Okay, so my favorite season, I love, this is great. I love springtime. I love when everything blooms, especially in May. That's like my golden time. I absolutely love that. And then I also love the fall because everything is changing color. It's so colorful. It's so pretty. And I just love big sweaters. I love feeling comfortable. I love maroons, and I love the bright orange trees and the reds and the yellows and the greens turning into those colors, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. So it's just really funny because those seasons, like spring, I'm either a spring person or a fall person, and depending where I talk about where I'm from, I'm either a spring baby or a fall baby, and I think that's really, really cool. Piercings that I have. Okay, so I have these two piercings. Obviously, you can see. I have two more piercings that I can feel. I think when I was 14 or 15, I was very rebellious. I have two more piercings on my right ear. And this is my right ear, left, whatever. And my parents were like, oh yeah, okay, so you can pierce, because my older sister had re-pierced my ears with a hot needle and ice. That was it. Boom. And she reopened these holes that I have my earrings in now, and they haven't got infected since. It's really weird. I'm like, oh, okay, that really worked with that, so I'm gonna try piercing my own ear. I did. And my parents were like, okay, you don't need another one. And I was so angry. I was so mad. I was just an angry little girl. I was so angry and I was so mad. I was like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. My 14-year-old self, 15-year-old self. And I'm like, I'm going to do this. So I numbed my ear and I started to jam the third hole. Like 100%. It went through. I don't recommend 14, 15, 16, however old you are, doing this because it hurts. Like, sometimes I wear double earrings, not usually. I only have one hole on this ear and 3 holes in this ear. And the last question, but not least, favorite band at the moment. You know, for me, I really have to think about this, guys. What was the question? Okay, right at this moment, my favorite band would have to be Half Alive. Go look them up. Go check them out. They're absolutely awesome, and I love their aesthetic. They're really, really cool. They're like a indie alternative pop rock group. I don't know how else to explain them. Yeah. I hope they're called Half Alive. If not, I will correct myself. And I'm so sorry, but I love their music. I think it's so out there, and I think it's absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I'm not feeling too well, so send positive vibes, prayers, thoughts, whatever you do, just send those to me, and that would be absolutely amazing. I love you guys, and I love answering questions, and I love talking. So obviously, we are going to be doing more talking with me, with Lucy. And I hope that you guys are staying safe, staying home, and staying healthy. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, or at least comment, because that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for sitting through with my long tangents. I love you guys. All right, thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye. Mwah. Much love.